Alrighty guys, this is going to be some pretty fun stuff. Welcome to the unboxing of our Komplete Kontrol S49 keyboard. I had this shipped from America. Took about, I don't know, how many days did it take, Michael? Nearly 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks. Not too long. It seems like a long time when you're waiting for it, but I can't really complain too much. Oh, it's even got a carry handle on it. Komplete Kontrol, complete instrument. Includes 10 premium instruments and effects, which I'm guessing a lot of you probably already know. Complete Select, which includes Massive, Monarch, The Gentleman, which is an awesome piano, Drum Lab, Reactor Prism, Scarby Mark 1, which I'm not sure what that is, can't remember. Retro Machines, Vintage Organs, West Africa, and Solid Bus Compression. Convenient host integration, full access to the host transport control without stepping out of your creative workflow, which is pretty nice. Inspiring touch control. I'm really looking forward to using that because my other synthesizer has a modulation wheel, but you know, with this way you can just touch and you can get instant response to anywhere you want. Arpeggiator chords and scales, that's pretty standard. Native map, key parameters for all complete instruments pre-mapped to the 8 controller knobs and are shown with full details on the clear view display. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be very similar to me using my Ableton Push. You can see what everything is and nice intuitive knobs. Clear view display, super high contrast, absolute clarity, the most important details at a glance. Supreme keyboard from Feitar, I think that's how you pronounce it. You enjoy the luxurious feel and expressive playability, built to excite. Total MIDI control, doubles as MIDI controller with 16 key splits, light guide support, and advanced touch strip features. Oh yeah, here it tells you what everything in the Complete Select range is. Massive definitive synth for basses and leads, Monarch, iconic monophonic synthesizer, Gentleman, vintage upright piano, Drum Lab, acoustic and electronic drums, Reactor Prism, vibrant modal synth, and effects, Scarby Mark 1, classic electric piano. Right, I think I do remember seeing that. Retro Machines, vintage analog synths and keyboards, Vintage Organs, 5 drawbar Legends Reborn, West Africa, polyrhythmic percussion and melodies, solid bus compression, pretty self-explanatory, solid bus compression. And some more stickers, take that off nicely so we don't damage it, just in case I want to keep it. I probably won't. I think it's going to go in the recycling bin. Well, that's pretty handy actually. Like if you wanted to use it for a case, you definitely could, because that's a really nice solid handle. These must be a CD. Oh no. It's a nice little insert for this, whatever this is. Oh yeah, some stickers. Important safety instructions. To be honest, I probably won't read that. And the hardware serial number so that I can go and download all my packs. I have some silica gel to keep it fresh for some reason. And, yeah, this is pretty well encased, really. This, I'm assuming, is the power supply. So that's USB there, USB connector, power adapter. That I'm pretty sure is the American one. I'm not entirely sure. That's ours. That's, I think, the UK version. What is that? I have no idea where they use all of these things. So how does that work? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's actually really handy. So you just, that's going to work pretty well. Because I've got some other, my monitors are the UK power supply, so I've had to get like big bulky adapters for them. But this, actually you can just connect right onto the power supply and change it to whichever one you need very, very quickly. So I really like that. It's Oh, it's probably just long enough. I'm probably gonna have to use an extension cord for that, because that's not very long, really. But obviously it depends on what sort of setup you're using. For me, I will most likely need to use a extension cord for where I'm going to set it up. And USB, again, that's pretty short, but I understand, like, the longer you make it, the longer the latency that you're going to experience will be, so it's not very beneficial to have a long cord if you don't need one. So if you had to, you could always just get a USB extension. It's not recommended because then you come into latency problems. Pretty dense foam, so yeah, like, can't really, it's not gonna crush or anything, it's fairly sturdy. Oh, very sexy. I love new hardware when it's got not even a speck of dust on it. Actually, it does. There's something on it. But now it doesn't. Looking at the back first, we've got some sort of lock there. I don't really fully understand what that is. MIDI in and out. Sustain and expression pedals. USB. 15 volt power and a power button. Oh yeah, and they've also included a foam strip underneath the keys to protect those. Pretty handy. It's a really nice size, and I just really like the matte finish, like it looks really smart. The only problem is, like, these, because they're glossy like that, that would get really dusty and fingerprints on it pretty quickly, I would imagine. First look at it, these touch strips are fairly narrow, so like your fingers brush up against the sides, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's not too bad. It's workable, like you wouldn't, and I wish they were a little bit longer too. The one that you get on the Ableton Push is really, really good. It's nice and wide and long, it gives you really good control. Buttons push in really, really easily, like really, really easily, but you can click them so you know if you've pushed it in or not. That's a little bit dodgy actually. A couple of them, like that one, turns really nicely. It's got a bit of resistance, but a couple of them are really loose. Like, they're not all the same tension, which is a bit annoying. Like that one, I could almost just like spin it and it would probably keep going. But these ones up here are nice and tense. I wonder what the go is there. And considering how much you pay for one, you'd think it'd be better than that. That click wheel feels alright. The keys themselves, well, they feel better than my Roland Gaia, which I'm happy about. They sort of have a little bit of resistance when you push it down, but it doesn't have like a very soft bedding on the bottom compared to a piano, but I don't expect that kind of quality. Feels nice anyway though, like you could definitely, it feels pretty playable. So now I'm going to plug it in and take a look at it as it actually works. This is what comes up when you plug it in. I'll turn it on. Connect computer. I have just connected it to the computer, so device driver software is not successfully installed. Alrighty guys, real quick, I've had some more time to play with this, so I've had a good few hours with it now. It's given me a little bit of more an impression on what it's like to play. The keys themselves, I'll start with, they're better than... at first I thought they were pretty much the same sort of quality as the Roland Gaia, but after playing them a little bit more, I've gotten sort of used to it, and there is a little bit more weight to it. They do feel quite playable. I feel really comfortable. I'm not a very good keyboardist, so there's not much point in me playing much, but I mainly like to fiddle with knobs. But all the programs that you get with it are very interesting. I'm still getting my head around a lot of them because I'm mainly used to the Ableton software. So getting my head around some of the ways that the instruments work in the Komplete packages is just different. Massive is really good to use. It is a lot more massive in scope than I thought it was. You can create so many different things within Massive, it's crazy. I haven't always been using this, but I really like that it is good to use. The navigation system's really good. The only problem I've found with the navigation system within the software is that, well, this in itself is great. It's really intuitive, but I wish that the Komplete packages, when you scrolled through the sounds, you could hear an audio sample before you had to load the instrument, like you can in Ableton with the synth that they have on there, or any sounds. You can get a sample of it before you load it and you know whether or not you like it. It just would save a lot of time. The touch strips are really good. Using that's not a particularly attractive sound, but you get the idea. Whoa. That high-pitched noise is a little bit... It's very fun to play with, and I'm going to have a lot more time to play with it over the coming couple of weeks. And I will be doing streams, which, if you guys are interested in me watching me do some producing, I'm writing an album at the moment called Fat One. I'd really like it if you guys check that out. If you're into ambient techno, that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope this video made some sort of decision for you easier, whether or not you wanted to get it or just wanted to get an idea of what they're like. I would really recommend getting it. The smaller version I probably wouldn't get. I probably wouldn't get anything smaller than the 49, just because the Gaia I've already got I found to be too small, and that's basically why I ended up getting another MIDI controller, is because I wanted more range to play with, so I can just slide around all over the place and not have to worry about running out of room. Yeah, please subscribe to my channel. I do vlogs every day about I do producing, other things. Just check out, I get up to silly things. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment, I'd really appreciate some feedback. And yeah, cheers guys, I hope you liked this video, and I'll hopefully catch you in another video.